For Filipino cuisine, we call it discarte, which means we make it work. Okay. A lot of times, if you look at Filipino cuisine, it really isn't a cuisine that was born or that was like very extravagant. For example, Chinese food, it's very extravagant. You have abalone, you have fish that's covered in gold leaf, fresh lobster, and then you have French cuisine, which is also very extravagant. You have truffles, foie gras. It's really nothing that was born of, let's say, if they didn't have foie gras, they would starve, you know? So it's not like that. Filipino food was made so that whatever they had would work for them. For example, like how people talk about adobo, for example. It really is one of our national dishes. Now, adobo was made so that once it's made, it can stay outside without refrigeration in a humid, warm country, and it won't spoil. You also have different dishes that are vegetable-based that requires very little amount of protein, and it has like high fermented things like fermented shrimp paste, fish sauce, things that would add flavor that doesn't need to be refrigerated. So that's why they make things work for them. And yeah, that's why it's called discarte. I fell in love with food. My grandmother was a very good cook, and she probably instilled the bug of food in me. You know, she cooked very well. She loved to host people. All my friends loved her because she cooked good, and whatever they wanted, she would make. So I kind of took that from her, and I learned how to cook and how she really liked the hosting and feeding people. So I think, yeah, I at a very young age, I think when I was 7, I was already tasting the food that she made. And when I finally got to an age where I made my decision, or when I was going to make my decision of what I was going to be, it was really a toss-up between either a Marine or a chef. But I found that the kitchen was really calling me, and that's how come I said, okay, full speed ahead, let's go into culinary school. I went to the Cordon Bleu in London. I was there for about 2 years, and that's pretty much where I got my basic fundamentals for cuisine. And that's where I fell in love with it. I think that I had a pretty colorful childhood, teenage life. And I was a bit of a, bit of a troublemaker. So trouble just kind of found me, even if I wasn't looking for it. And I think that there was really no discipline. I wasn't really afraid of much. The teachers couldn't handle me. Police really didn't bother me. I could have went the wrong way, pretty much. And I found that the kitchen really helped me stay straight. And I can honestly say that the kitchen saved my life. Just because I found discipline in the kitchen. I learned that I wasn't the toughest guy on the block, that the chef was the man. I learned that you had to be humble. I learned humility. These guys are hardcore. I would get kicked in the butt, literally. I would be yelled at, I would be degraded, but it actually taught me how to control my temper, how to control myself, and let my anger that I think was built up in me shine and into a creative and positive way. Like, the best thing I could say is I learned kitchen life at the right time to save my life. Yeah. The search was it was a role I had to play, that I had to make the people hate me, and I think I did a very good job. For tablescapes, it's really me, because I'm a very inquisitive person. I want to learn as much as I can. But the boss is like kind of how I am. As you can see now, I'm very chill, I'm very laid back. I'm a very cool kind of a guy that doesn't really follow things in like 100% has to be that way. I grew up on the street, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm very kind of hip-hop. I'm definitely a hip-hop kind of a guy. But, I'm laid back. I'm the most laid back guy you'll ever see. Except when I'm in my kitchen. I think people can say that I'm a bit of a general when it comes to that, because, qualities have to be high. Standard has to be kept.